Hello everyone, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today unfortunately we're only training 45 minutes of chess because I have procrastinated too long from doing the stream, although I have had a very productive day, so at least there's that to be happy about. Welcome Gloin to the stream, welcome Pranay to the stream. I hope you guys are doing well, and let's solve some tactics. So yeah, no more time to yap about anything else, except for the fact that one day I definitely need to do a test to find out if I have bipolar or something, because I feel like the days that swing from like manic episodes to depressive episodes, I think I've got a case to make for it. Because yeah, it's just been tough getting through today. But in any case, I managed to get a lot done, and yeah, I'm happy. At least I can still be productive, no matter how my body is feeling. Should I introduce this now, or should I introduce it later? Should I introduce this now or introduce it later? I want to say this because let's see if I can actually try and achieve this during today's stream. So let's turn this back to the yapping for 1 second. So, as you guys know, I despise solving tactics. I mean, I still do. I don't think that's ever going to change, at least not for a very long time, unless I have a real complete character shift. But what I've come to realize, and I actually realized this through talking more with a friend, was that, basically, okay, it kind of requires a bit of a story for us to really get to the bottom of it. But basically, my friend kind of bet me or baited me that I couldn't make 3,000 on puzzles. And I was saying, puzzles are, anyone can get to any level as long as you grind it. But he basically triggered me to the point that I was like, okay, I can get to 3,000, right? And what ended up happening was I got all the way up to 2,700. And then I went all the way back down to 2,500. Like yesterday I did like a crazy grind of like 30 puzzles. And my rating swing was like 200 points, right? So after, dropping 200 points, I felt pretty horrible about myself, as I always do, right? Whenever I lose rating, either from games or either from puzzles, like I always feel quite bad. And my friend asked me like, why? Why do I even feel bad about this? And I said, well, I guess it stems from the fact that, when I mess up with puzzles, I feel stupid, right? I feel incompetent. And I don't like feeling stupid. I don't like being incompetent, right? And he said, well, what about games then? Because I mean, like, I play countless bullet games and blitz games. And, like, clearly I'm, sure, I might have a bad session, but, like, it doesn't affect me as much. And I said, like, well, when you play a real-life opponent, even an online opponent, if you get outplayed and you lose, I don't feel too bad about it, because it's that kind of like understandable, and it's also credit to the opponent for, playing some good chess. But when I feel bad is like when it's me and myself that have made the stupid mistakes and blunders that lead me to losing, right? It's my own incompetence that I am ultimately insecure about, right? So that was my answer. And then my friend said basically that, when he loses rating on puzzles or stuff, it doesn't faze him in the slightest, because every time he makes a mistake in a puzzle and gets it wrong, his immediate reaction is, well, if I got it wrong, there's something I haven't understood. And the goal here is to basically get good. And therefore, if there's something that hasn't been understood, then I should just be keen to learn it, understand it, and move to the next puzzle. Right? Like, this is how he thinks. And I was thinking about this, and I was like, I mean, I know that this is like a really smart way to look at it, and a much healthier way to look at it. And I want to try and look at it this way. This is what I'm going to try today. And the other thing as well is like, there is literally absolutely nothing to gain from feeling tilted about, doing something stupid or being incompetent or getting things wrong, Because all that does is put you in a bad mood. And if you're in a bad mood, then it affects your chess, right? Bad mood equals bad chess, right? Good mood equals good chess. So I'm going to try. Of course, it's not going to happen overnight. But I'm really going to try, and every time I do stupid stuff, or I make mistakes, or I get things wrong, or I don't look deep enough, or whatever it is, try to just see it as a point of improvement and be keen to improve and get to a point where I'm only making mistakes at a 3000 tactics level. Because I reckon I can get there. I just need to lock in. I just need to do better. And I mean, the way that my tactics streak went yesterday, it was hilarious. Like, I got the first question wrong. I then got the next 6 or 7 correct and went up to 2700. And then I proceeded to get like the next 10 wrong in a row. Like, it was just pure like form and tilt. Just, you know, absolutely completely emotionally driven in terms of like my level at these puzzles. But what it can show is that when I am in a positive mindset, I can actually solve puzzles at a high level and make gains. And I think the same goes for playing chess. So yeah, we're going to do some puzzles today. I'm going to try and solve these the best as I can. And if I get them wrong, I'm going to try my best to just focus on why I got it wrong and how I can improve. This is the goal for today. Welcome, Faz. Welcome, Sapsara. That's a hell of a challenge. My lifetime goal is 2800 puzzles. Crazy. I feel like you can get there. There's a guy on YouTube called The One. Is that how you pronounce it? The One? As opposed to like Theon? What is his chess level, actually, who got to a puzzle rating of 3000? Practice is key for puzzles. Some sort of spaced repetition at least. What do you mean by the spaced repetition, though? Like, because we're going to be doing a different puzzle each time. And to be honest, like, I thought maybe it's actually worth, you know, reviewing my woodpecker exercises and actually doing this woodpecker cycle. But I realized that actually I'm not doing enough puzzles, Lichess puzzles even, outside of this. Like, I wanted to try and grind puzzles every day, but it's just so hard to bring myself to do it. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. Unfortunately, I can only train for 38 minutes now because I do have a chess lesson to teach afterwards. So let's just do our best. Let's get into it. And yeah, let's try and have a more positive outlook. So, okay, black to play. We've got queen, rook, rook, bishop, knight. Queen, rook, rook, knight, knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got several pieces in the attack. Immediately I see this. Oh no, I'm already making this mistake of thinking that that's a. Oh, it is a free knight because of this. Okay, so there is potential for a free knight here, and if they take with the rook, potentially this is weak as well. But I need to calculate this properly. So yeah, we want to win material. That's the goal here. If we want to win the material, then why the hell are we not just taking this knight? Because it's defended. Okay, so what is actually hanging, what's not hanging? This is not hanging. This is not hanging. This is somewhat hanging, given this. But right now it's not. This is hanging, this is hanging, this is hanging. Or loose. Okay, hanging probably suggests that it's actually being attacked. But these are loose. Okay, so yeah, in terms of candidate moves, I guess both knight takes and bishop takes are reasonable to look at. And probably one of these is winning already. I mean, if not, then I can look at something else. So let's imagine this bishop takes. Well, knight takes is more forcing, it's a check, right? If they take with the pawn, we just take here, and we've won a pawn, and I'm quite happy. I mean, is the resulting position worth it as well? I mean, it feels like it should be. I mean, we've still got an attack. We've still got good pressure. This pawn is weak as well. Yeah, this queen is also tied to the defense on this pawn, on this knight. So, yeah, look, it looks very good. So knight takes. What if rook takes? Well, then I can go bishop takes. If they take me here, I take them here. They can't recapture. What can be wrong with that? They can try attack me with c4. I can move the queen somewhere. So is this not just winning? I think it looks winning. I think it looks winning. Let's go for it. Okay. Okay, try not to be tilted. Try to just have a positive reaction that we made a mistake here. In a real game, we would have got wrecked. So why did we make this mistake? Bishop takes a3. In fairness, is what Capablanca played. So knight takes b5, queen takes b5, and black's the pawn up, but Capablanca showed that the h-pawn is worth more than that. Oh, so Capablanca was white here. I mean, my feeling was that... Wait, did I visualize this wrong? Yeah, I don't know. I think I just thought that the position looked promising because this queen is overloaded, right? Right? There's like rook takes knight kind of ideas with checkmate on b2. So I really thought this was like very strong. But I guess I'm just not calculating far enough. Like, what if they simply move the knight, right? What if they play knight f7? Maybe we simply don't have an attack. We play like rook h7 and it's just not enough. So I guess this was my problem, which I remember Mark in stream suggesting once before, that I don't look at candidate moves within a variation. I'm just so bad at doing this. Again, let's not talk about bad. Let's just say that, yeah, I'm not doing it enough. So okay. Yeah, it's really hard not to be annoyed about this. But okay. So rook takes b2 is in fact the move. Rook takes b2, queen takes b2. I guess bishop takes b2, queen b3. Oh, but then we take the knight. But then we didn't manage to win this knight, so it's not... it's not completely clear. Rook b2, queen b2, bishop a3, queen b3, rook a6. I don't know, I think we won an extra pawn and maybe the queen is not as well placed. Yeah, that's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. So let's find out if my analysis there was correct. Again, I didn't calculate candidate moves, so let's calculate them now. Bishop takes and queen takes. I don't know how people can not feel tilted about their incompetence. Like, how can you be so content with just making errors again and again? Like how I literally just said I should be looking at candidate moves within a variation, and then I proceed to not. You know, it's just like it drives me insane. Fast says, so doing 5 puzzles a day with quick fire tactics, but also solving puzzles in classical positions too. Consistency is key. Yeah. I mean, that's what these streams are kind of about, like trying to just force me to get some consistent puzzle training in. But yeah, it's just really tough. I think this is forced. I don't think there's anything else. I mean, I have to take this knight because otherwise I'm just material down. And I saw that they have a check, so I'm glad about that. And I just stopped looking after king c7. But of course, that's really naive, given that there's this check, and I can potentially lose the rook. But I guess the point is on king c7, queen g7, I'm very lucky because after this king b6, they take, and then I can probably take here, and I probably have forced mate. So, yeah, looks like it's actually fine. Okay, this is just even more forcing. Yeah, wish I could just spot that. But okay, I mean, taking the knight is completely winning, so One win is good enough. Okay, let's move on. Knight takes b5 intermezzo. Okay, let me go back for a second. Let me go back for 1 second. Knight takes b5 intermezzo. Let me just double check that I completely understood this exercise. Oh god, where was it? Yeah, this one. Okay. Is that the engine analysis? So knight takes, rook takes, and bishop takes a3. I mean, okay, so there's no real intermezzo. I mean, this is literally what I calculated. I thought, for some reason, I thought there was like a knight takes b5, like a move before or something, but no, this is just the line that I miscalculated, basically. Wow, rook h3 is playable? Oh, that's such a nasty move. Because now there's no rook here because of this. And apparently, I guess, Capablanca made this knight f7 work if he kept the h-pawn. That's probably how it happened. And h6, yeah, I can imagine the game going something like this. Bishop e2 is a really ridiculous move to play and find. Oh, because we're getting the knight. Yeah, chess is hard. Chess is very hard. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep moving. Faz says I don't get tilted so easily when I'm training. Only when in game I get annoyed. I'm in the zone of focusing and learning, which is okay to get things wrong, but most important lesson is understanding why. Right. I think maybe what it is as well is like, I think I recognize that a player of my level should be higher at tactics, and that's why it's just like such a grind, and it hurts even more getting things wrong, because it's like I shouldn't be getting things wrong for a player of my level. But I think that's just like a stupid way to look at it, because I mean, I'm my level because of the array of chess skills that I have. And yeah, if my chess tactics were actually, on par with someone of like my rating, then I would just simply be a much higher rating. I mean, it's just, there's just nothing to be frustrated about. I mean, maybe if my tactics were better, but then my other aspects are worse, I mean, like, so what? I mean, it's just how things are, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's try and solve this. So, queen rook, knight bishop, 5 6 5. Okay, so we're a pawn up. I mean, taking on d5 would be the move I would play in a blitz game. Sorry, taking on e4 with the knight. So what is that to understand here? They've got a rook on the line of our king. We've got big pressure on this e4 pawn. They've got potential ideas of trying to open up this rook by moving the bishop somewhere. Maybe pushing the pawn. We're a little underdeveloped, but the bishop's actually quite well placed even from here. Maybe there's some like checkmate ideas if the queen gets displaced. So okay, what plan do we have? I mean, just basically consolidate our advantage. We're already a pawn up. Oh, it's also opposite colored bishops. So then our dark squares are probably even weaker. So if we just take on d5, that's definitely one line to calculate. I guess pushing d5 is... I keep saying d5. Knight takes e4 is what I mean. Pushing d5 is another move as well to consider to try and open up this attack. Bishop takes f5 as a capture should probably be considered. I guess f6, but looks very ugly. Only if necessary. So I think one of these moves should be winning. I kind of want to consider this bishop f5 a bit more, just because if they take with the pawn, we have this check which is very forcing and we pick up the knight. And if they take with the queen, well then we just take the knight. So bishop takes feels very promising. But it is definitely scary. I mean, in this position, can they not get something going, like bishop f6 or something? I mean, this looks extremely scary, although we do have this check. And probably we're fine. And this is like, I find calculation just so difficult and so horrible. Because it's just like, I've calculated that. But I can't, I have too much doubt about, like, have I missed something within that? Is there something I missed later? It's just too much to think about. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm doing all this moaning, but at the end of the day, that's just chess. I mean, chess is hard. Like, what do I expect? So bishop takes f5. Are there any other candidates for white? I don't think so. If queen takes, then I guess we've also got queen d4 check, but bishop f5, queen f5, queen c3. What can we do there? I feel like we're fine. So, okay, I think we win a pawn there. What about knight takes d5? I mean, that also wins a pawn. I think I tunnel vision too long on this exercise, so knight takes d5. I mean, maybe knight takes d5, knight takes d5, queen takes... Oh, I keep saying d5. Knight takes e4, knight takes e4, queen takes e4. Queen takes e4, rook takes e4, bishop f6. Is that actually dangerous? Again, I have no idea. Bishop takes f5. And then they play rook takes g7, king f8. I mean, it also looks very playable. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. And then what other moves did I have? I had f6 as one move. f6, just to stop all this business on f6. f6, bishop h6, and then we just... f6, bishop h6, just play rook e7 or something. If they go queen g4... I mean, that feels a little bit more dodgy. Somehow bishop takes f5 is like the most secure move. Bishop f5, they play like moves like bishop h6, then we just go bishop g6. Somehow feel like bishop f5 was good. Yeah, I think this is the best move. And d5 was my last candidate move, which I didn't consider yet. But it does give them a free move. Maybe again f6. Although they can play g6. What happens if we go d5? Maybe they just go bishop h6. And maybe this d5 isn't enough of a threat. So I think all in all, bishop takes f5 is the best. Bishop takes f5, pawn takes f5. Queen e1, queen f1, queen takes c3. Go f6, go g6. I think it looks really legit, and yeah, I think we can go for it. Okay, very nice. So my analysis was just to take this knight. But I think now it should be definitely considered, is it worth throwing in this extra move or not? Does it make a difference to provoke one of these moves? I mean, maybe it does, you know? Maybe it does. Because, I mean, here, if they have to play this, then their queen is going backwards. I mean, the only downside is that maybe their queen can actually reroute to h4, if h4 is an even stronger move. Whereas right now, I'm actually threatening to trade off queens. So maybe I should just take this knight. I mean, I don't think I want to allow this then. Yeah, let's just take the knight. Okay, perfect. And let's actually see how much of that was accurate. But okay, we got it. Is there a merit to inserting queen d4? I guess that was the question which I just asked. Darkside Chess asks, what makes you think you're bad at tactics for your level? That's a good question. I mean, I think it's just from observation of other people with like 2,500 ratings online that they just don't struggle as much with tactics. Or someone who's 2,000 FIDE. I feel like they're just tactically just a little bit more consistent, stronger. That's just how I see it. Knight e4 bishop h6 looks scary. Yeah, welcome Darkside to the stream. Welcome Jan as well. I'm determined to throw away all my blitz rating today. That's probably not a good idea. Are you not applying Caius's rule? Caius's rule is very useful to apply. I was about to flag my opponent, but they checkmated me with 2 knights and 0.0 on the clock. That's pretty tilting. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but Jan, go back to the start of this video and check out my comments on tilt. I mean, I'm not a very good practitioner of this newfound mentality which I'm trying to achieve, but at least I'm gonna try. Not queen d4 in that end position because of rook f2. Okay, let's see if we understood. So, I suggested d5 is not good enough because of bishop h6. Okay, this was correct. I said that this wasn't so clear. What was my reasoning? That maybe I don't remember. I can't remember. I don't even remember what my analysis was. I think I said something like this was concerning. Did I say this? I don't even remember. See, like it's just hopeless, isn't it? I don't even. And you see how negative I get about this stuff. It sucks. I like how do I stop being so negative about? It's crazy. I don't know. I think that's the crazy thing. I think I just like hold myself at a very high standard. And for most things in life, I'm able to excel at that high standard. It's not like a genuine struggle. I don't know, but it's just like every time it's like, how can I forget my analysis that I've done like 2 minutes ago? It's just like I don't even know if I have high standards or just like reasonable standards, and I just can't even meet these reasonable standards. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. This queen d4, which I wanted to throw in here. This would not have helped my position. Faz's move, rook f2. Fantastic. See, that wasn't even a candidate move. I looked at this. Did not see rook f2 as a candidate. So, yeah, just blindness. And yeah, if I saw rook f2, then it makes a hell of a lot of sense with pressure on f2. I just couldn't see it. Yeah, I wish I can just, not be blind. It's just, I don't know. Okay, let's move on. I think this is good. Crazy. And it's weird. It's like I don't always have like high standards. You know, it's like I remember, I used to play FIFA, and I would play online, and I had like a good friend from school, who was evidently better than me at FIFA, and our record against each other, like in like FIFA Ultimate Team, I had a 0 for 30. I didn't even get one draw against this guy. I lost every game, and only in the like I don't know 35th game or something, I managed to beat him. Right? After 30 something games of playing. And I really didn't care, to be honest. Like, I mean, maybe a little bit. But really, I wasn't so bothered about being trash. But it's just like, it's just, I don't know what it is. I think it's because I care about being better. And when I can see just really simple ways in which I could be better, but I just fail to achieve those simple things, it's just unbelievably tilting. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy. Okay, let's try it. Let's keep going. This attempt to not tilt over my mistakes is really failing badly. But okay, this is basically day one of psychological gym, so we can't expect miracles. And as I said, I'm in a depressive state today. I want. You know what? I'm gonna. God, I've got so many different tests I need to take. Bipolar test, ADHD, autism. Like, man, I'm gonna collect them all. Jesus Christ. Sophisticated SCL says, I know Karakan, but only of weak level. Now my level is improved. How do I master Karakan properly? How long will it take me to do so? Sophisticated SCL says, for instance, I learned at 1400. Now I'm 2109. I'd say to master an opening is completely relative to, your standards of what mastering something is. I would say from a layperson perspective, I have mastered all my openings. Maybe the one I haven't mastered is like my repertoire against English and Reti, which I have, but I haven't really mastered it. But I would say my Benoni, my Gurgenitsa Modern, and my C3 Venom are mastered. But do I play it at a perfect level? Are there still, areas in which they can be improved, understanding can be improved, theory can be improved, memorization of lines can be improved? Of course, right? That, I think, is a never-ending grind. But I would say the larger the opening is, the more difficult it is to master, because there's obviously more stuff to know. So I'd say for the layperson to master an opening, to let's say get to the level of like my own interpretation of opening mastery, I would probably say maybe getting to 2500 online with like a decent opening repertoire, and maybe having studied and played that opening for like 5 years, I reckon you can get to a mastery of that opening. But of course there are shortcuts, right? I mean, for the Gurgenitsa Modern, I would say that I've mastered it while having only played it for like 2-3 years. But that's because the Gurgenitsa Modern, has many similarities to the French defense, Caracan, and the Sicilian, which I have played for several more years. So I think like that's why it's faster. So yeah, that's my long answer for you. But yeah, congrats on grinding all the way to 2100, and yeah, keep enjoying the grind. Okay, for time being, let's try and solve this exercise. Queen, rook, rook, knight, bishop. Queen, rook, rook, knight, bishop. 5 against 3 pawns. So immediately somehow rook e7 is jumping out at me, which probably makes no sense at all, just to try and win this bishop but lose a rook. I have no idea. So, okay, let's stop doing that. Let's evaluate the position properly, and then we'll read the prompt and see if we picked up on everything. So, Yeah, we've got 5 against 3 pawns. So basically, you know, consolidating an advantage. Maybe if we're a bit cheeky, we can try win something more. I mean, at the end of the day, this king is quite weak, given the pawn has been pushed. Our king is a lot safer. Maybe there's some back rank to worry about, but a very long way away. We're pressuring these pieces. Our rook is being pressured. Anything else to note? The bishop's only defended once. Rook is only defended once. Rook is defended by bishop. Everything else is pretty well defended. Okay, so let's try and be ambitious and see like if there's any moves that actually try and achieve winning something. So what moves do we have? Rook e7, I guess, is a candidate. Rook e5 maybe is a candidate. Maybe bishop d6 is a candidate. Like if bishop takes, then queen takes. Queen takes d5. Those are the only promising moves I see. I guess like also just saving the rook, like playing rook c1 or something. Also makes sense. We are 2 pawns up. So what does the prompt say? Okay, white already has 2 pawns, but black threatens bishop takes e1 and rook d4. So actually rook d4 is something I did not pick up on because I did not appreciate that this bishop actually has pressure. And the queen is the only defender. So rook d4 is a threat. There is a solution to both of these threats. Yeah, so somehow I was only looking for my threats. I mean, I guess this is also just poor. Again, in a real classical game, I have a much better understanding of what's going on in the positions. I'm not just thrown into a random position in the dark. But, yeah. Let's see if with the 30 seconds we've got remaining, if we can find the right move. So rook e7, the problem is they can take for the bishop. And I think that's very good for them. Rook e5. I mean, rook e5 there's no rook d4 because rook takes h5 is checkmate. But rook e5, probably they just take it with the knight. I mean, I take the hanging bishop. And now I'm hitting the rook on f8 and the knight, but they can play a move like rook e8 or rook f5 or something. But then, if they defend with rook f5, I've got this check, and then I can pick up this knight, I think. I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm so confused. And I've got no time. Knight e5. Why am I saying knight e5? I'm saying rook e5, knight takes e5, queen takes. Yeah, and I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. So what would I play if I had to move? Rook c1 versus rook d4. I guess rook e5 is like the best idea I've come to. I don't know if it works at all. Yeah, really don't have any more time, unfortunately. So, yeah, we're going to have to play it. Okay, so, yeah, rook e8 unfortunately just wasn't a candidate move. Now, looking at it, it makes more sense because, you know, we did understand that the rook is only defended by the queen, but somehow we didn't apply that to trying to solve the position or something. This is a really weird comment. I tried this in the video, but it runs into a double thread. What does he mean he tried it in the video? Did he not write the book? Like, I'm so confused. But anyway, what Why doesn't rook c1 get met with rook d4? Probably because we win the knight, which I also didn't see. It's just, I don't know, guys. I think, like, when you're in a certain headspace, it's just so difficult to spot this stuff correctly. Uh, which is good to understand about my own self, because it means that, like, if I'm playing a tournament and I realize that I'm in this state of mind, I basically have to kill the game and play a position with no tactics, because I can't visualize anything. And I tried to not tilt in this video, but as you can see, it's like near impossible. I mean, I feel tortured as I do these exercises. But I know that it has to be done. So I'm glad that at least, like, I'm trying, but yeah, like it really is awful, this kind of work. So yeah, rook c1, the reason why it's bad is not because of rook d4, which I can take the knight. The reason why it's bad is this rook c5. And the problem is, if I move the queen to e4, which looks completely fine, they can take on c1, bishop takes c1, and apparently there's a move at the end there. Let me, without looking at the answer, let me try and work it out. If they play rook c5, queen e4, rook takes, bishop takes, and somehow black's got something here. Nothing jumps out at me. Queen d1 maybe. Queen d1, hitting the bishop and the knight on f1, but then there's rook e1. Or is that bishop on b4 still there? Then there's no rook e1. So maybe that's it. Rook c5, queen e4, rook takes c1, bishop c1, queen d1. Yeah. Okay, fair. Queen d1 is the move. Got it. Yeah, rook e8 just wasn't a candidate move, unfortunately. So let me try and think how on earth does this rook e8 work? So rook e8, if they take my rook, I take their rook, queen takes, and then I take on d5. They can go queen e1, but then I go queen d3, and I probably just about hold. Wait, was that right? Yeah, so I just trade off the rooks, basically. Yeah, I think that's it. Rook takes e8, rook takes e8, queen e8, queen d5, and queen e1, just queen d3. Let's see if that's how it goes. Oh, so probably I should have checked this. For some reason I thought that the rook was hanging, but again, it's not. I already stated this at the start of the exercise. Now is rook e7 working? I mean, here maybe there's some check or something. I don't know, this is such a wild move. Nah, it's just a bishop takes and it's nothing. I have no idea. I genuinely don't know. I guess queen c1 is just about saving, in the sense that if they take, then I can take. Queen c1, but they've got this bishop move. But then I can take with the bishop. But then they can take my rook. I have no idea. So maybe what we want to do is take with check first, remove that rook, and then play queen c1, and then we hold everything. And yeah, then the rook is no longer attacked. So I guess that's good enough. Okay, this is alternative. I mean, the only other idea I have is like queen b5 or something with trying to like take this, but Doesn't seem like it's enough. What checks do we have? What captures do we have? I have no idea. What threats do we have? Is it like some weird cross pin idea? I have no idea. I literally can't see another move in this position. I mean, I can take you through my thought process. I just don't see a move. I mean, we're 2 pawns up. There is a fork in the position. I need to move the queen. Either I defend my bishop with queen c1, or I counterattack with a checkmate threat or hit their queen. But I don't see anything that is effective. Yeah, I don't know. I'm what let me check chat. I literally have no idea. I literally have zero idea in this position. Okay, loads of comments. Let me check things out. So earlier Faz said, don't be so hard on yourself, keep the focus and discipline. Yeah, very, very difficult, unfortunately. I've beaten everyone at school. When did school came up? But there was one guy who I lost to and never played me again. I don't understand the reference, Faz, but yeah. Is it chessable? Yes, this is chessable. 1600, what should I do to reach 2000? I can't answer that question, Pranay, unless I know you better as a player. In which case, join the Regal Rapid Patreon tier, and we will have a lengthy conversation to help you get there. Welcome, David, to the stream. Faz says, I do think my opening knowledge is quite limited, and a huge factor to my rating being low, relatively speaking, compared to my middle game and end game. Right. The other day I was accused of cheating for playing a flawless pawn and bishop endgame. Classic. Nice job playing this well. This open position is crazy. Yeah, this one is tough. Rook 8 seems interesting. Fantastic, Faz. Good spot. Yeah, Faz, the question wasn't for me, it was for Sophisticated. Yeah. Interesting that c5 has a dubious reputation after 2200. I do know Keith Arkle played it a lot. Although he would make comments saying that, like, you know, I survived the opening with black. This is this is a positive. And I remember him making this comment within that c5 line. So I guess, yeah, maybe it's a bit dodgy. Okay, more talk about the Caro-Kann line. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Show me the answer. I give up. Queen e6. Now I considered that I hit the rook at the end. I considered that obviously because it hits the queen, but I just thought that, well, the queen takes the rook, the queen takes my queen, and then there's no more threat on the queen, and they take my bishop. But I'm just not visualizing the resulting position. Queen takes e6, rook takes e6. If they take my bishop, I take that knight. I just can't see that far. It's just not how my brain works. And on that miserable note, ladies and gentlemen, I have to go because I have 2 minutes to get in a good mood to teach my 2 chess students. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do to fix this. I mean, I understand it's a problem, but like, how do I not feel bad about my incompetencies? I mean, I think for people who don't have such striking incompetencies in chess, it's very easy for them to say, oh yeah, just, take it as learning points and get good. I mean, it's like, yeah, if you're already good and you don't do these stupid things, then I mean, that's brilliant for you, right? It's just like, I don't know, like this stream just highlighted like the numerous types of different mistakes that I still make as someone who's been playing this game for 15 years. And at the end of the day, it's still the thing that I care about most about. And I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. I'm still going to play this game. I'm still going to try and get good. But it's just frustrating. And I think to try and suppress that frustration and just, I don't know how. That's basically my conundrum. But anyway, guys, I got to call it a day. And yeah, see you guys around. Okay.